feel like the big aha moment relative to that is that whether it's compassion or the doing aspect of compassion, like finding a solution or wanting to ease that pain, we have to stop viewing it as transactional. Compassion is not transactional. Compassion is a feeling. It's not the doing is a byproduct. So if we can pull back, compassion is first and foremost a feeling. And we don't do feelings, we experience feelings.
So
And
well said,
the
yes.
best way for us to experience feeling is in connection. And so when it becomes transactional, it takes away the magic, it takes away the purpose, the intention, and the learning centered from what you're supposed to get and gather from that. Suffering is happening because it's a learning opportunity. And so when we are so focused on the solution and the doing and the transaction of it, then all we're doing is boosting our ego and completely missing out on the entire point, which is the learning.
Yes. Or the connection.
Or the connection, right.
I mean, how many times has it brought us so much closer together?
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, it seems challenging in the moment. But the result of the moment, because we dove into it, we allowed it, and we gave each other all that we had throughout it. When you come out the other side of that,
Mm-hmm.
you're so integrated together and stronger as a result.
Right. I 100%, and just for clarity purposes for our listeners, connection in it doesn't mean falling into victimhood over this whatever's going on either.
Correct.
Because that in and of itself is a transaction. It is a result. And so we want to just clarify results in that sense, because that's victimhood is a destination of the suffering.
Yes.
And that's not what is going to help us learn or grow. That's a stagnant result. And so being able to, I don't want to take away your words of the result, but in reality, maybe reword it in the fact that it's not about the result. It's about the connection. It's about the unity of the experience. And so whether you find a solution or whether you may remain in that suffering, not falling into the victimhood of it, but maybe experience the learning side of it. Because you may both be suffering for a time period. But the reality is that any feeling, regardless of what it is one that is not your identity, as we've talked about. It's one that's fleeting. And so we, as a team, whether it's yourself or others, a couple or a family or a community, whatever it is, can band together in that collective connection point and experience that suffering together with the intention of overcoming it together. And it's from that process that we rise together, we build, we grow, we enhance ourselves through that. Then we're not falling to victimhood from that process, and it's not stagnant, it becomes expansive.
Agreed. And I would offer, just from my own personal experience, it isn't about becoming the victim or the victor. Right? Either one of those are putting yourself in a container.
Yes.
And limiting the potential of the experience that you had. And so if we allow ourselves to simply at the result or the outcome of it, it's just the next step to get us to the next evolution in whatever relationship, whether that's our personal relationship with ourselves, the relationship that you have with others, the relationship you have with the world, whatever it is. When you come out of anything that you're experiencing and that experience is concluding, there is an outcome to it. What is that outcome leading you to next? Because it's choice point to the next choice point, to the next choice point. And so if we label each and every one versus using it as information and guideposts, okay, I came out of this one, and now Austin and I feel more connected than ever. Guidepost. That means that now our relationship is stronger and more enhanced. So our next growth point, it will not take us as long, likely, to navigate through a similar experience, or it's informative and it guides us to the next. And so each one, when we hold compassion for each other, when we use it to connect, it gets us to next phases and everything, internally, externally, and with others.